Yeah, man, it's the 28th of October 2021. So I want to talk about a few things. One, I want to talk about mind control and some of the ways that it works to try to help you guys get some understanding about what I'm going through and just how it works in general. Some of the things that you might be going through that maybe you don't even understand. But right now, I got these gang stalkers broadcasting in my eyes. They're literally like going in my eyes with little broadcast holograms and stuff. Like you could feel it, and it's impairing to the vision, and it's something that they've been doing a lot of for quite a while now. And I feel like it's definitely damaging my vision, and um, I would classify it as a mutilation type of torture, and they have an intention for a long term result, which is damage and just causing problems for me, uh, for my physical ability. Um, Another thing, they attack me while I'm sleeping. I'm not getting the sleep that I should get, or the quality of sleep that I should get, or the amount of sleep that I should get because of the way that they attack me while I'm sleeping. And then, so as soon as I wake up, I got like three or four, five, sometimes gang stalkers, these guys that are just talking and they're saying stuff. It's artificial telepathy. So it's a signal. It's not something that other people will hear out loud, but every person has a neurological frequency. So your neurological broadcast frequency is what they're tuned into, which is your neural monitoring. It is your remote neural monitoring, is as simple as you can put it. It is your neurological broadcast frequency, and that is what you're after. You're after your neurological broadcast frequency, and so every single person, and this is a misconception that I had long ago. I thought that it was something that you would scan yourself into this system, and that's how you would become on remote neural monitoring, and like a gang stalker could just like put a broadcast on you, and that's not how it works. The way it actually works is when you become um, a physical human, when you start to emanate that broadcast frequency, then this satellite broadcast system within the EMF, the electromagnetic field, it picks up your frequency, and then you are on remote neural monitoring. So I highly suspect that even unborn children are on remote neural monitoring before they're actually born, before the birth happens. So um, but mind control, okay? So mind control can work in different ways. It works in a lot of ways. So some people are going to be more susceptible to these type of things, like suggestion and influence, where you have somebody that's broadcasting to you. They're on your frequency, and is their mind overpowering yours? And it's almost really like it's like the Force. Okay, really, like it's like the Force from Star Wars, and which reminds me, I've been watching all of these. I've been watching a lot of movies and stuff, or like shows, the last few days because I wanted to see that Mandalorian series two, the season two. So I got my Disney Plus back. So I've been watching that, and they shut down about once or twice during every show or movie I'm watching. They'll shut down my service, and I have to completely reset my stuff. They're doing the same thing to my phones. They're causing a lot of problems with my phones. But anyway, back to the subject, mind control. So if somebody's mind is more powerful than yours, and then also another factor is how high up, like how powerful are they turning up the broadcast? And then another factor would be how powerful is your reception? And that's where the mind control headset that they wear comes in, because that's like an amplifier, and they wear it on their head, and it boosts everything up and distributes uh, this broadcast stuff. I got some raccoons that like to come out of these trees at nighttime. So they walked right up on me before, so I have to like watch out. And I got all these acorns and little things falling out of the trees. But it's kind of weird. It's about to be November and our leaves ain't even turned yet. So Global warming is a thing, all right, and I know for a fact that all this broadcast in the air is evaporating cloud cover, and I believe that all of this broadcast stuff has a profound effect on our environment, and I believe that's one of the main contributions to the warming of our planet. And here where I live in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, it's hot and it's getting hotter, and you can almost feel it's like a radiating heat. Um, it's cooling off now for the season, but when I was younger, we had snow every year or other year or something like that, and we go 5-6 years without having snow, and the winter is very mild. We hardly have many freezing days anymore, and it's different. It didn't used to be that way, and it is different now. Just from my perspective, I haven't done a study on that, but just from what I can see, and I feel like it's different now. And but this mind control stuff. One thing that they'll do is these guys they'll start trying to do a live stream. Right? So they're trying to do a live stream, and they have nothing to offer humanity. They're worthless. They're not that intelligent. They're not interesting, and they're stuck on my channel because, for one, they're addicted to my mind and the way it works, and the I guess how powerful my broadcast would be or something like that. I mean, it's really strange, and I don't want to start sounding like a mystic, but all of these things are naturally occurring, and people do have powerful auras, like if they say you're strong with the force or something like that, like it is like that with some people. And that's one of the things that they're addicted to, is how you feel to be connected to and how your mind works, and they love the process, and it's something that they don't have. It's something that they don't have that naturally, and once they experience how somebody thinks on a different level than them, then they become addicted to that like a drug. So that's how you end up with gang stalkers that just won't go away. And then, hey, this is valuable, so we can sell this. We can, we got control over this neural monitoring profile. So and they all access it online, and yes, all gang stalkers have their own neural monitoring. They have possession of it, they have access to it, and you can't gang stalk them with remote neural monitoring unless somehow you hacked it away from them. And it's not a thing that really happens. Once you have your neural monitoring, you're fairly safe from being gang stalked. And all of these gang stalkers have their neural monitoring, and millions of people have their neural monitoring. I know people that have it. I know senators have it. I know movie stars have it. Sports athletes, things like that, like important people. They're not going to have somebody stealing their intellectual content and attacking them with broadcasts and doing stupid stuff. And the fact that this is still a secret thing, shame on the powers that be. Shame on the United States government for turning a blind eye while people use this technology for terrorism. This technology that they put onto these satellites, by the way, the whole space race, to try to control the world and know what everybody's thinking. And then they just pretend like they don't know everything all the time, but they already know everything. They're not looking for some terrorists. They know who's a terrorist. It's stupid. It's a dumb thing that's happening on our planet and in our society. It really is a dumb thing, and it's basically, it boils down to slavery and control. Slavery. And that's what these gang stalkers use it for, and they want to hold you captive on neural monitoring so they can access your mind and so they can prosper from your capabilities, from your natural God-given capabilities. They want to prosper from you. So, but let me explain one thing that they do. They start a live stream, and then they'll start saying stuff to me or thinking stuff at me. And so these things that are originating from the mind of a gang stalker, all right, and then it hits my mind. All right, and when it hits my mind, then everybody could get that, right? It gets me processing what's hitting my mind, and so you can't ignore it. It's not a thing that you can ignore. It is your neurological broadcast frequency, and if something comes to you on your neurological broadcast frequency, then your mind is going to deal with it. It's going to process it. All right, and are you going to be mind controlled? Maybe. Are you going to be are you going to process it? Yeah, you're definitely going to process it. You might be mind controlled by it, or it might just be something that runs across your mind that wasn't your thought. It wasn't your thought. It's not how you feel. It's how somebody else feels that's connected to you, that's broadcasting to you. Unconsensually, I might add. Okay, so these guys that they don't have much to offer and they're not that interesting, and they can't beat me on a fair grounds. They can't beat me mentally. I don't think they can beat me physically. I don't think they got anything for me any kind of way, the whole group of them. And I think they're scared. I think they fear me. I think they're terrified of my capabilities. And if I get neuromonitoring, how we'll destroy their lifestyle of terrorism and slavery. And so they have to stay all the time. But they do these live streams. And when these thoughts, when their stuff hits my mind, right, it's like you've heard the term implanted. You hear the term implanted thoughts. And it's not like they're just trying to implant a thought. I mean, they could do it strategically. But they think something, and then it hits your mind. And then they'll try to have a go at you like they want to make fun, or they want to create an instance. They want to create a circumstance. Okay, but so they got something coming to your mind, and then you process, and they try to act like it got something to do with you, or that it's you. And so they create a circumstance so they can have something to talk, because they don't have anything to talk about. They're not interesting. They're not intelligent that much. So they're the type of people like they know some hacking stuff. So what? So what? You know, a lot of people have different types of minds. And some people have stronger feelings and emotions and a stronger spiritual thing. But, you know, some people have a technical mind, or some people have a logical mind, and some people are narcissists. And different type of people think differently. And so they're looking for what they don't have. But one of the things that they'll do is have something hidden in your mind. And it's a lot of the stuff that they're trying to gang stalk you and or attack you about, or psychologically attack you about, and then try to put you basically they're trying to make you look stupid for their clients or their audience, whomever's on mind control, on, you know, watching their broadcast or on their broadcast with them. All right, on my broadcast. Because they're all like invading my area. And then I feel all this like staticky stuff and like matter. You can feel it. The broadcast's not just like something that you don't really feel. You feel it. And I feel like static wrapping around my legs and like all of my face. And then they start crawling my eyes and doing all kinds of horrible stuff. And that's what they resort to. Because mentally, they fail. Because they don't add up. So they know more hacking stuff. Obviously, they have access to neuromonitoring. They all share around everything. They don't know as much as they think. They act like they know. They all share stuff. They run little programs. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. Especially if you could live as a broadcast. Just be right in my phone. Like, literally. So, when their pollution is hitting your mind, it doesn't mean you're being mind controlled. And you can't help but to receive it and process it. It's on your neurological frequency. And then they act. This stuff hits your mind, and then they act like you're having these thoughts, or you're some kind of mind control idiot or something like that. And it's all because they need something. They need some content. They need to try to make you look bad and try to make themselves look good. And it's very difficult because they don't look that good. And they try hard. They try really, really hard to make you look bad. Don't help them. Don't help them make you look bad. Frustration and anger, that helps them. That helps them. A lot of us are not very susceptible to mind control, and we think for ourselves, and we're not influenced. And that makes us really dangerous. And so these narcissist people that have access to neural monitoring, they want to hold you captive in slavery because you're dangerous, because you're not the type of person that'll stand back and watch what they do without saying nothing or caring. So that's mind control. There's a lot of different things about this whole mind control, and they use it for horrible things. It's a neurological assault. I think society as we know it is going to collapse.